absolutely insane and dark. That's huge coming from StarWars.com.
There's much dialogue going on between those.
And then the sequel is
Fail like Anakin failed.
About any of the vibes.
Twitter. Say stupid shit.
Okay, Boomer.
this thing working?
Is this thing on? Sure. I was not expecting that clip of me.
What's up, guys?
Dude, he clips the worst shit for everybody else, dude. It's just the way he rolls. He clips the worst stuff for everybody else and clips himself great. It's just hogwash.
Hey, that's how this thing works, man. It's the
No,
internet.
no,
We're
it's
all
supposed to
after
be a
each other's
team.
throats. It's dog eat dog.
No, you failed. Epic fail.
That was just, I was clipping stuff and I was like, just completely forgot about that. And it was you guys talking about Twitter. And it was like, Twitter, say stupid shit. I'm like, perfect.
There it is. That's the quote. I'll sell that tagline to
You
Elon.
oh man, put that shit on a t-shirt. Everybody, welcome to the Boomer Council. One last ride. I've got my longtime friends, my co-host Matcave and the Star Wars Obsession here. Man, it's been a minute.
It has.
It has been a minute. Yeah. Has it been a couple months?
The entire run of Kenobi plus?
Yeah. Well,
Hold on.
Kenobi was that was a little bit of a dark time for me. So you know,
That's what I'm saying. It's been at least 2 months.
I said I want to avoid Kenobi like the plague tonight because look, it never goes anywhere good for me. Okay, that's what I'll tell you. It never goes anywhere good. But there's so many other things going on in the world right now. There's so much other stuff to talk about, and I just want to use this as a decompress.
Yeah, man.
That and StreamYard keeps muting my mic at random times. It's driving me absolutely nuts. You guys good with a little bit of shitty StreamYard music in the background?
Let's do it, man. Schmoo it up. Whatever you
A
want.
little bit of shitty StreamYard music.
Ooh,
in the
it's
background?
shitty.
Oh, who doesn't love the shitty StreamYard
Oh,
elevator
you want
music?
the shitty pork?
Hello, chat. What's going on, everybody? Man, bunch of people popped in here already. Hello, how are you all doing? I appreciate you being here, and welcome back to the Boomer Council. So, I have to be honest with you. I said this is going to be a decompress, but like the first thing that I woke up to today totally pissed me off. I was so mad.
right when you popped your head off the pillow?
Right, just the second I popped my head off the pillow, I found out that
Were
they're
you
getting
cheated on in your dream? Because this happened to my better half, and then I get yelled at for that. So, did you have a bad dream about your wife cheating?
I would have a black eye. It'd be Mrs. Xwing. She's like, I swear to God, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, okay. I just
no.
want to make sure.
No, I woke up this morning and I found out they're getting rid of fucking Splash Mountain at Disney World.
No way. I mean,
That thing's
dude,
an all-time
come on.
classic.
Okay, all right. I shouldn't say getting rid of.
150 years.
Okay, but yes, that's the point. It's been there for 150 years, right? They were riding by candlelight when they put Splash Mountain in.
Yeah,
But here's
that
the
was the first
thing.
attraction ever built.
It's an institution. It's an example. I love Splash Mountain. Okay, and for the first time in forever, I was in Discord today, and Nikki and I were going back and forth about it, and I was like, "Hey, this is an institution. It should not go away." And she's like, "Let it go. It's overrated. Just get rid of it. I'm tired of it." And I'm like, mind exploded. What? It's an American institution. God damn it!
Wow.
Come on. Nobody else feels that way.
It's
I
like
mean, look, let old thing here. Hold on.
let
I'll do
the
it
past
for you.
die.
Don't you dare
Kill
say
it
let
if
the
you
past
have
die. I
to.
fucking swear to God, don't you say that.
Oh, he's got the voice changers.
Yep, I've got voice changers. Yeah, I mean, just let the past die. You know, let it go. Build something new and hype. What if they built you an Avatar themed ride that
Like
is
Splash Mountain?
that ended in the water like Splash Mountain? Same ride, but they made it more like new Avatar because you guys are hyped about Avatar.
They already have one.
yeah.
They literally have a river excursion The Navi River excursion at Disney
Well,
World.
I'm tired.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I haven't been back to Disney in coming up on 14 years, so I got a lot of catching up to do.
So, to be honest with you, this is the reason why it went away. It was not culturally sensitive. And when I ride that shit, I guess I must have my blinders on because it's cartoon bees going bzzz, and I'm like, bro, that is not okay. All right. We need to think about the people that are riding this ride. They could be seriously offended by those bees.
You have to think about the bees.
I don't know. But it's getting rebranded. Okay. Here's the thing. It's getting rebranded. Princess and the Frog.
That was a Disney movie, wasn't it?
Yeah. You don't remember
Yeah.
Princess and the
I remember
Frog?
Princess and the Frog. Okay. I don't think they've ever had any attractions for that.
I'm gonna
But
be
is
real
it-
with you guys. I fucking love Princess and the Frog. That's like one of my favorite old, like, I shouldn't say old, but it's like what the older style of Disney, you know, it's 2D and shit. That's like one of my favorite ones. So I'm so torn right now because I'm like Splash Mountain, but I'm like, fuck, I love Princess and the Frog.
You know what? It's that's a nice pint glass right there, I gotta say.
I know. Everything's so much more delicious in this thing.
See, you're so good at the promotional drinking. Like it's
I am.
like you get the
I am.
label right there.
Ugh,
you gotta
God
put
damn
Pepsi
it.
commercial.
You got to put your fingers on the side where the logos aren't, and then you got to turn a little bit and rotate. That's
Yeah.
the key. See,
Look what happened. We talked about liquids, and now he has to pee again.
I know it's like he's got like Grandpa's bladder. I swear.
Seriously, bladder the size of a peanut.
Yeah, I mean, look, I like the promotional stuff. I mean, I like stuff.
I
So
do like stuff. I have more stuff arriving soon that I'm gonna get yelled at about. I get yelled at all the time. How many damn mugs do you need?
yeah,
All
I
of
need,
them. The answer is all of them.
I need more. I need more stuff. Is what I need. That's what I
Mhm.
need in my life. I need more stuff.
Well, speaking of stuff, you came out with a brand new hat recently.
I did. I redid my my Ichuta hats in Star Wars lettering, and they're completely adjustable coloring. So either you can do like I like the idea of like flag style.
Mhm.
So like if you're like French, you can do French flag. If you're like Italian, you can do those colors and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I think we're gonna do some new merch here soon enough. I've been working with some artistes. Oh, there you see, everybody's got their cup. It's like
There he goes. We thought you had to pee again.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep doing more merch.
He's muted again.
And we'll see. Yeah, he gets muted a lot. He really doesn't like
Boomer
it.
Council, dude. What are you gonna do?
It's just like the first day of school again. Yeah, we're gonna we're doing more. I like cups. So we need more cups.
What the hell happened to Splash? I leave for 2 seconds and this becomes hey, everybody, check out my merch. We were talking about freaking Splash Mountain.
Well, you know what? Look at
You
it
laugh.
this way: the Splash Mountain change, right? Even though it's not going to be Splash Mountain again, we're saying it's basically the same ride, though. It's just going to have a different theme.
It's just a rebranding because Splash Mountain itself, the story was considered culturally insensitive, so they're getting rid of it, but they're putting in now this the Princess and the Frog. And I'm torn because I loved that movie, and I loved the Firefly is like my favorite character in that whole movie.
Gotcha.
Do you guys remember the Firefly?
Positive change. I only saw that once years ago when it came out.
You remember the Cajun Firefly? He was talking about his Dolly Jolene up in the sky. He was like my favorite, man.
That's
I don't-
fantastic.
I guess I really don't have an opinion on this.
I think
just
it's okay. Like,
It doesn't really matter to me. Like
Okay, that's fair.
not
just-
that they rebranded, but think about the change to Star Tours. That was a complete overhaul. It stayed Star Wars, but it's not the Star Tours that we grew up with. It was
Right.
completely different. But it was still, they don't have to rip it all down. They don't have to rebuild or anything. Like, they're going to be able to open that up and rebrand it pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a good experience.
Well, I hope they do. Yeah. So the good news is I'm going to be down there in September before they shut it down. So I'll get to ride Splash Mountain at least 475 more times before they get rid of it forever.
So you're buying a GoPro and you're going to live stream it?
I have GoPros and I'm going to put 6 on my body and then I'm just going to play that on loop in my living room for the rest of my life. So I can never forget what Disney did to me. Fuckers.
I mean, again, it's, I don't know.
But
Sure.
I mean, look, the whole thing works out. When I think about like Disney rides and the ones that I like, one of my favorite moments in like a Disney experience, right, is Pirates of the Caribbean when you float past the Blue Bayou and it's dark and there's fireflies everywhere and shit. Like it smells like fucking chlorine. That's like
Yeah.
that's
Oh, there he goes.
Woo!
that time it was StreamYard. It wasn't me.
Yeah, I
wondering
watched
if
it
the
happen. That
speakers,
was
like, my hands
was
were in the air.
Oh, there he goes again. I think it's when he gets too loud.
Disney's like, you shut your fucking mouth. I don't want to
Wait.
hear a peep out of you.
Obsession
Kinda-
might be onto something. Dude, just
You go too loud?
say something loud.
Loud!
Maybe you need to be louder. I don't know.
Maybe-
No,
Do-
I'm not gonna do any more
do
of
the
that.
loud noises like
No,
the guy
I'm
in-
not.
in
I'm
Hang
not gonna
Around.
do that. No, Brick.
I
Yeah.
mean, here's the thing. It's again, it's just more reason for people to, dislike Disney and to crap on Disney and Disney's taking away something else. It's
Well, I'm gonna
okay.
ride it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride it. I would still go
Yeah.
to a park and ride that. I think I'd probably rather ride that than go Galaxy's Edge, to be honest with you. But
They've
Having
changed so many
said that-
times. Think about when they put in the downtown and everything, and then they redid what's it called? What's the area with the big ball?
Epcot,
Epcot.
yeah.
There's been lots of rebrands and changes over there. I think this will be good.
I know, but it's it's always tough for me. I think this one's tough for me. Like if they said they were changing up the Matterhorn, I'd be like, all right. I love the Matterhorn. That's an institution of Disney, right? Riding the Matterhorn is like it's always one. Splash Mountain, the Matterhorn. I'm trying to think of any. It's pretty much just those two. Like It's a Small World has no loyalty from me whatsoever. But it's kind of like changing those. It's just like it's been there forever. Maybe update it, but keep it the same.
I feel you. It's like years ago. Me and a whole bunch of my friends and everything. It was every summer we would do a bunch of trips to Six Flags, and the key ride that was there forever. It might not even be there anymore at this point, but was the Scream Machine. It was like, and we got to go on the Scream Machine. We're going to start the day on the Scream Machine. We're going to end the night on the Scream Machine. We're going to do all this. And if I was to go walk into Six Flags and see the Scream Machine is gone, it's like, yeah, I feel like, oh man, that's kind of rough.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I remember, I don't remember how long ago it was, but I was there. I was at Disneyland. It was something like 6 years ago or 5 years ago. And essentially the park was like shut down. There was nobody there. I went to Splash Mountain and I rode that thing on fucking repeat. Like I think it was 17 times in the middle of the night just because I loved it so much. It's just something about it. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what they do. The one thing I will say is that it seems like most of the time the people at the parks know what to do to make a nice, engaging experience. I think I'm more excited to go ride the Avatar thing than anything else right now. The Avatar park is going to get me.
That's going to be good, man.
Very excited.
They know how to do it right. And actually, you just reminded me too. I haven't been to theme parks in so long, but there's something about going on all the rides and stuff at a theme park at night. It's a completely different experience.
Totally different.
I love that stuff.
Agreed. Okay. First topic. Triggered or not? I'm going to say, you know what? I'm not that triggered. I'm like 50% triggered. 50%. Matcave, how are you feeling right now?
Man, I'm not triggered. I'm good with it. Actually,
Good
it's
with it?
giving me a reason and a want to go watch that movie again.
Yeah, dude, I would watch the movie again. TBH, dog. Rissman, you shut the fuck up. I am so excited for that. I am so excited. Dude, if that sucks when I get there, I'm burning the park down.
All right. If you could, in real life, plug in and become a Navi, would you?
1000%. 100%. Like yesterday. I would do it fucking a week ago. I would have done it.
All right. And which creature are you riding? Who's your companion ride? You going
Oh, a
dragon? You going
banshee
a horse?
all
You go...
day, bro. Are you kidding me? Ikran? Hell yeah, I'm running Ikran. I'm gonna fight that thing to the death and jump off a fucking cliff and just fucking.
Session's like bunch of nerds.
I love Avatar.
Let me know when you're done. Yeah.
come on. And the ride, they got the Flight of the Navi, and I'm so excited for it. I'm really excited for the movie. Okay, I take that back. If I was gonna pick one and I could breathe underwater, I'd do that new shit that I've seen in the trailers for the new movies, flying around underwater with your freaking Pandora seal. Yeah, that's what I would do. What about you, Obsession? What would you pick?
Sure. Yeah.
You'd be like Last Airbender.
There you go. Flight of Passage is worth any weight. There you go. All right. I'm with it. I'm with it. Shut the fuck up, Ladaj.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't. Look, I mean, I like Avatar was great. I didn't think it was this, this experience that changed my life. I mean, it. I know that they did some amazing stuff for the time. I think they were pioneering for what the time was, and I think they're going to do more of that. I think it's going to be amazing, but I didn't dive that much into it, to be honest. It wasn't really
into the lore with it. Well, let me ask you guys this, because it kind of it's
I didn't get into the lore
to...
either. Well, I did. I take that back. Sorry. Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on, since we are on the topic of Avatar, and I enjoy Avatar as well? What are your thoughts on James Cameron possibly giving up the reins as directors for the later sequels?
I saw an article about that. I didn't read it because I'm like, hogwash.
The whole thing was left off. The whole article was left off on like a big, maybe I'll do that. It was like a whole, like, I don't know. I thought about it.
That's a fluff piece. I think it's a fluff piece. I hope it's a fluff piece.
I mean, that dude has done some amazing stuff. So whatever he wants to do. I mean, look, if he stays around, great. It honestly, for continuity of film, this was a big issue I had with Harry Potter movies. Again, this is a big thing that the sequel folks have an absolute gripe about. That's one of my gripes. If you're going to, the Dumbledore, the Fantastic Beasts stuff has been.
Oh, those sequels. Okay. I was like, what do you mean? There were no books about that.
The Star Wars sequels also. I'm a firm believer, if you're going to make a sequel or a 5-part like they're doing with the Fantastic Beasts, keep the same crew for the most part. Keep the same directors, producers. And I feel like this is, if you're going to do a trilogy of any kind, whether it's a new Matrix trilogy, whether it's a Avatar 5 movie, whether it's Fantastic Beasts, whether it's Star Wars, whatever it is, I feel like keeping consistency with directors is a big part of making great film. And the only way you should divert from that path is if there's an accident or somebody passes away and they cannot finish their projects. But for me, that's the kind of stuff that I feel like in movie making today, those are the kind of things you have to do.
Do you see this comment right here?
I saw.
I will send you to Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with this.
Jesus.
Yeah, it seems to be like it's almost pervasive in Hollywood right now that the going theme is have as many fingers in the pot as you can. Let's do like 4 things and we're gonna have 6 different people do it. And I feel like it screws over a lot of shows, because at least if you have one person kind of doing the whole thing, you can judge that person on their body of work.
Well, I mean, as much as you don't want to talk about it, that's exactly what Kenobi was. Deborah Chow was talking about the director. She was in charge of the whole show. It wasn't like they chopped it up like Mandalorian. I think Mandalorian, they were using that as more of a testing ground to see who they wanted to give bigger projects to. I think they're going to continue to do that. That
makes sense. If you're going to use it as a testing ground, great.
And I think they did that, and Deborah, directed some Mando episodes, and then boom, she gets her big show where she's in charge of the whole thing. And honestly, the consistency of the look may not be story, but the consistency of the look was very consistent in Kenobi, which is something I really enjoyed, because it stayed true to like, it's dark. Just get ready for work. You see me happy, work.
I told you, like the plague. I don't want it anywhere near the street. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to look at it.
You brought up stuff that requires examples. And that's a perfect example, is if James Cameron is going to continue with this story, then you got to ride it all the way through.
That's what I'm saying. Stick to your guns, dude. Get the job done, for the love of God. I mean, as much as people say, like, God damn it, George Lucas, he sold the franchise. I'm like, well, if he wasn't going to stick with it, then fine, give it to somebody else and let them fuck it up.
That's the fans' fault. Sorry, not sorry. That's the fans' fault. That's y'all's fault.
Speaking of who, can y'all?
You got the George Lucas trooper.
There he is in all of his glory, the George Lucas stormtrooper.
That's great.
I mean, look, I feel like that's the only way if you're going to direct these big projects and take them on. I'm sure it's devastating to his family life, because these movies take a lot out of you. I'm sure it's devastating to his personal life. And, a lot of us in television tend to be workaholics. So once we dive down rabbit holes, it's tough to come up for air. But you got to commit. If you're going to commit, you got to commit. And I think that's
full send, dude.
That's
you
just got to stick with it.
Yeah. It's definitely and James Cameron's one who, like, he takes his time with stuff. Like, think about how much time goes in between a big James Cameron project.
Very reminiscent of Star Wars, except times like 7. The dude's forever right now.
Like, first Avatar was what, 2009?
Oh yeah,
somewhere in there.
It's, I mean,
wrong, bro. there were actually like psychological studies that came out about people that were suffering from a new kind of depression because they didn't live on Pandora.
I live with that kind of depression that I'm not in Star Wars. So I feel this completely. I mean, I understand their depression. I just choose to work through it.
Right. Well, that's, the healthy part of any 4 square a day. All right. Darth Arlena for 5. I don't know what I've missed more, the stash or ridding the Empire of Younglings on Boomer Council. Do it.
Thank you.
Darth Arlena, I hope you're well. Oh my God, I missed the slap, dude.
So
That's
good.
what I missed.
I was waiting for you to play it. I'm like, you gotta fucking play it.
You gotta build the suspense, man. But, directors don't understand suspense anymore. You gotta build up to the moment. That's all I was trying to do.
You built it up good. I like it.
Good job.
So I can bring back the stash, but just know that I'm going to go through all that pain, all that suffering, molting my mortal self until I become Stash Rendar again, just to shave it off in September. So, I don't know.
Why September?
Wedding.
Oh.
Mrs. Xwing is like, that shit is not going to be on your fucking face when we walk down the aisle. You understand me?
Yeah, that's not your day at all.
No, it's not. None of that is for me. None of that is for me.
The night is your time. The day is not your day.
I don't even know if that's gonna be for me. To be honest with you, I don't. I've been driving trucks around, picking up shit. I don't even know where the hell it's gonna be. They're just like, hey, we have to drive an hour and a half to pick up a couch. I'm like, we have a couch. She's like, this is a different one for something else. I'm like, I don't want to do that. She's like,
too bad.
I'm like, okay, in the truck we go. We're gonna go check it out.
You drive around long enough, you get a couch. Couches are free.
Yeah, sure. It reminds me that the Family Guy Blue Harvest, when they're trying to get the couch out of the trash compactor.
Good couch. Yeah.
Somebody left a perfectly good couch here. What are you doing?
I'm taking this.
Okay, so I guess we should broach the topic. I don't really want to. Chat, look, here's the deal. Taika Waititi is working on a Star Wars movie. Now, a lot of people are saying it's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. He's been saying some shit he has said some shit that has pissed Star Wars fans off before. He's kind of back at it again. And essentially, in an interview, he was like, oh, Natalie Portman, you want to be in a Star Wars movie? And then they said, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, you were in Star Wars? I forgot about the prequels.
I mean, it comes down to how you read it.
I read that all as like him messing with her.
I think
that's what I thought. I thought it was
him having fun because he seems like a jokey guy.
I'll go with Titty.
He seems like a
Well-
like a fun guy to be around. Like kind of like
he's Willy
Laura,
Wonka. He's
you know?
fucking Willy Wonka in Hollywood. That's basically who that dude is. He's absolutely insane. The only thing that really bothered me that he ever said was about when he was like, "I'll destroy your mythos," and I'm like, "Whoop, pump the brakes, bro. Pump the brakes. You can joke about a lot of shit. Don't joke about that."
Well, I think
mean,
even that he was just he's got a crazy sense of humor.
I also think that the Taika movie being in trouble might just be you know, feeder fuel for the Twitterverse, for the haters, for the people that don't want to see this come true. He's really good at it. Seems like he's just really good at playing the social media game. Like he's not Robbie Rod. He's not any of these other people that are putting stuff out there.
To anybody who hasn't been here before, who's Robbie Rod?
Robert Rodriguez.
You gotta realize nobody knows who the fuck Robbie Rod is when we say that.
Look,
Here.
the 52 people that are here, probably most of them is like, oh, this is the last ride. I got to see what they're gonna do. This isn't new people that are like, what are they doing with the last ride? What's the last ride about? Right? These are people that have been here. Like, what are these clowns gonna do? Right? Like, that's why they're here. So,
Yeah.
Robbie Rod is Robert Rodriguez. He ruined Star Wars for everybody.
You know what's so funny is that I just before this watched the
I
Robbie
didn't
Rod
have it
episode of
queued up. Where was
Mandalorian.
the button? It was the what did he say?
Oh shit.
Bruh.
But you know, look, he came, you know, he comes out and tweets these things and gets the fandom spun up. And what does Taika do? He's like, oh, let me spin the fandom up in the opposite direction. Let me get their disappointment levels up, and then I'll come back and be like, whoa, here's your movie, Ninja. Right?
Do we have to be honest with each other and remember the fact that Taika played Hitler? Like,
Yeah.
let's not forget that Taika played Hitler and was like conversing with a little boy, like, "Was? Give me a heil." Like,
He also played Korg. He's made of rock.
the guy does ridiculous shit consistently, and to think he's gonna do anything else is like,
I think
about his
Bantha
character
fodder.
in Free Guy. You remember the guy he played in Free Guy? Like he
Yeah.
was over the
yeah.
top. Taika Waititi. Like that's basically what he was doing. He played himself exaggerated.
But look, I mean, he is pumped about doing a Star Wars film. To think that he's not already in the lab, you know, with his whiteboard and his chalkboard or however old school he goes, you know, maybe his little pad and pen that he carries with him and smacks people with. It just seems like that's the kind of guy that already has what he wants to do. I mean, I think that would be an awesome. I think that would be an awesome project.
I mean,
Joe.
Geode
I don't
meets
have a
Korg.
problem with Joby personally. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, somebody named Joby writing for Star Wars." Ah!
I liked that. What was the first one he did? The first Thor one. Remember the name of it.
The third one, Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yeah, I liked Ragnarok.
I love that movie. I thought it was
fun.
great. Fun
There was-
ride.
Moment, but overall the movie was just, I thought it was fun.
Put that last comment up real quick that you just put up. I just want to comment on that comment real quick.
Ooh, it's like the inception of comments.
Be careful with my boy Cody. He's one of my members.
Not
Easy.
Just saying. Shut up. No, I'm just joking. Then send Favreau packing back to Marvel. If that's how you feel, my guy, then send Favreau packing back to Marvel. We don't need him. And let's, you know, they never should have brought him over because that's where he came from. Sorry,
That was a different time, though.
Oh, come on. Bullshit.
That was a different time.
Nah,
That
bullshit.
was a different time.
Bullshit.
Different
The
time.
only thing I don't want to see is Feige coming over. That would be a major misstep, is having somebody like Feige come over.
I don't think he
but
wants to.
These directors, you know,
I would
these
love to see
storytellers-
Feige make a movie. I just
Going-
want to see it.
Why? He's got a universe of his own. He's the
I
Dave
wanna see
Filoni of
it.
Marvel. Okay, then let's let Dave Filoni direct some Marvel shit and see how that goes.
Good. I don't give a fuck.
Right? Like that's
Like, why would I care?
You want to tradesies? You guys want to do a tradesies?
We should do a tradesy. And when you have this like weird samurai Marvel movie and people flip the fuck out and Kevin Feige puts together a decent fucking Star Wars movie, people are gonna be like, oh fuck.
Yeah. That's what you said about Robbie Rod.
is the savior.
About Robbie Rod. Oh my God, Robbie
No.
Rod. Robbie Ross making Star Wars. Holy shit! And look what it was to you guys, a big pile of Fanta fodder.
Here's
right?
what I'm telling you though.
So,
I have no
this.
well, hold on. I have no allegiance to Kevin Feige. I don't like apparently people see him as like a god. I don't get it. I don't know. But what I would tell you is if that there is somebody who is just so worshipped by so many people as such a good movie maker, make a Star Wars movie. Fine. Stop doing this. We're gonna make one show and we're gonna have 19 people direct it. And then if we don't like the overall outcome, we're pieces of shit. Give one person who actually has an established name a chance to make a Star Wars show. And if we don't like it, then accept the fact that we didn't like what that director did with the show.
Yeah, but then you'll blame the storytellers, or you'll blame somebody else for him not doing this great thing. Like, screw all that. Leave Feige where he is. The reason he is Kevin Feige is because he took an existing comic book stuff over the course of this decade and put it on the screen and did it properly. That's the only reason Kevin Feige.
Am I missing something?
You know?
What am I missing?
I don't know.
I'm digging. Hold on. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, that's the thing is you're gonna say the same thing if Feige comes over, and you're gonna put somebody else to blame on the spigot, and then it's all, you know, it's just.
Do you think Kevin would like destroy Star Wars?
I just don't think he has the same vision that you guys in. Look, I think he would make a great Star Wars movie. I just don't think that he would make the Star Wars film that you guys, meaning the people that usually don't like new stuff, would like, because it would be different and new. It would almost be like live action Ronin, if I had to guess. And I don't think the Star Wars community would like his take on it, right? It's just, I think they would riot.
I think what people are, at least this would be how I kind of feel about it,
buddy.
Is I think a lot of people are worried that Feige would make a Star Wars film in the style of a Marvel film, which they don't fit. Like it's a different thing. Like Marvel's fun, great. I love that stuff. I love the Marvel movies and everything.
That's all they've been doing, but they're not as good as Feige. That's all Star Wars has been lately. Is they're trying to replicate Marvel. Look at the plan of what they've been doing. Is they've been trying to do a Kevin Feige Star Wars, and they fucking suck at it. So you might as well bring in the dude who knows how to fucking do it.
Time out. So the reason so here, all of the movies that have been made for Marvel a lot of them have been knocked out of the parks. I think maybe Black Widow might have been one, but if you watch that where it should have been aired, it's a great piece in the Star Wars phase.
Yeah.
But look at the television shows that Marvel has made. They are not great. A lot of them are not great, and the fandom does not like them. Right. So like WandaVision didn't go off well. Falcon Winter Soldier didn't go off well. Loki was pretty popular, but I mean, that's the only one that really hit. Miss Marvel is doing well, but these TV shows that Marvel does don't necessarily slap the way their movies do. So let's be real here. Like Multiverse, Spider-Man, No Way Home, all this stuff was like big popping off, but you had to check out WandaVision, which gave it more views, which made it better in order to watch Multiverse of Madness, right? Like there's connective tissue that
I still haven't seen Multiverse of Madness.
Dude, it's good.
I just watched it recently. It's fun.
Do yourself a favor, go through WandaVision because it's going to connect some dots.
Well, I saw WandaVision.
Oh, okay.
Right. And now it makes better sense, and now it hits better. But it didn't hit good when it initially came out. I couldn't make it through the first 2 episodes when it came out. I had a really hard time.
See,
I enjoyed the whole season.
That's what I was on the opposite.
I'm not like a Marvel fan though, you know.
You know what it was like when I was watching WandaVision, my wife and I were loving those first couple of episodes with the whole like I Love Lucy style and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was total 1950s television kind of
Yeah, there was like definitely and I get it. I get why people weren't into it because you're coming into it like, where's my Marvel show? And then you get to that midway point, and then boom, you're in.
Yeah, I mean, it went from I Love Lucy to Three's Company to it just kept evolving into 80s and 90s shows. But initially, the initial release was not popular. Falcon Winter Soldier was not popular, right? Marvel, these Marvel TV shows are just as unpopular as the Star Wars
Yeah,
shows.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier was preachy as fuck.
I didn't watch any of it yet,
but it didn't hit. I didn't watch any of it because I tried to watch the first episode and I was like, this is dumb. Like, I'm not into it. And then, you know, so to compare these, that's a Feige thing too. To compare the movies to TV shows is the same thing with Star Wars. Everybody wants the movie feel, but they're giving it to us in television shows, right? To get the watches, to get the views over time. And that, you know, that's a business standpoint. I think that's
movie companies have gone into the shorts game. Fuck.
Yeah, basically, dude. I mean, you gotta think the average fan these days does not have the attention span for a 3.5 hour Star Wars movie, right? Like we do, but the X and the Z's and the Zennials and they don't have that attention span. That's why TikTok's so popular. It's 15 seconds.
I'm wondering if that's why Multiverse of Madness was so much shorter than all the rest of the films. Remember, I was talking to I was talking to somebody I was talking to Hawks the other day. I was like, "Hey, why?" I was like, "Did they cut something out of this movie? It's like under 2 hours." And I was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Did I miss half the movie?" Because
that was me with every episode. I'm not going to say the word.
Well, I was sitting there like, I was like, "Am I missing something from this movie?" Because I sat down prepared myself for a 3 hour thing, you know, because Marvel.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was over. Ronnie. But I wonder if they did that on purpose, because there is a lot of general audiences that don't have the patience for the long investment. But the other thing too is that everything now everything that gets made has to become this connective tissue in some way. There's universes all the time. I miss one and done films. I miss sitting down to watch a movie and then that's it. The movie.
That was a good story.
Yeah. Well, and then
look, I mean, also some of the stuff that we love and that we're super pumped about is also continuations. You're talking about the new Ghostbusters. They're talking about doing another new Ghostbusters. Sick. Hope that comes out, right? Same cast, same, like, let's get on this. But we yearn for these things, these sequels from all over, from whatever it is. I mean, Top Gun Maverick, I think, is the only example of a one and done. Tom is really good. I think Mission Impossible is his franchise build. This was something he's like, I want to go back and do this story.
You really don't think we're gonna get a Top Gun Rooster?
I don't, dude. I really don't.
Don't tell me I didn't see it yet.
I didn't see it yet either. But my point being is that I don't see that being a sequel thing. He's got Mission Impossibles. He's got these other franchises that he can run on. It just seems like that's a perfect example of hey, here's the nostalgic movie. Here's the sequel. Here's the new version of it.
And that's definitely like the sequel to Tron. When that came out, it blew my mind. Tron was one of my favorite movies of all time, and going to the theaters to see the sequel. What's that?
I think they're gonna mess the new one up.
Oh, they're gonna do another Tron?
They're doing another Tron?
Oh yeah, it's worked for a while.
You better watch out for freaking the legendary Tron. He'll come smack the shit out of you. I promise you that.
I think I read something that said that they were writing new story for to finish the story. For me, I'm a big fan of it if they bring Kevin Flynn out of the grid, right? Like that's got to be the swan song, is like, we built your company, we did all the things you want to do, come check out what we built you, and then he comes out and his triumphant return, right? Like that's got to be the story. But I mean,
that would be a ton of fun. It's the sequels like that I think are easier to consume. I think what I was trying to get at was the universe stuff requires a bit of work to invest in it. A lot of work, because when you go to watch something, now you have to think, well, wait, did I watch the right thing first so that I'm going to understand what's happening here? Like watching Tron 2 is not work. It's, I saw Tron. Okay. Now we move. Or Top Gun Maverick.
Actually,
great.
It makes you want to go back and watch the old ones. Actually.
Yeah, exactly. The thing that people get confused about, especially when you put this stuff into TV shows, the Marvel shows, like I was all confused. I was like, what do I watch first? You know which one I loved? Moon Knight. because as far as I can tell, it wasn't connected to anything, and it was its own standalone thing, and I loved every episode of it. And I felt so satisfied at the end.
I might be a pariah in the Marvel universe, but I thought Moon Knight was fucking great.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Everybody loved Moon Knight, and Moon Knight was really.
No, they didn't though. Maybe this was like the people who are always mad about everything. But I went and I watched Moon Knight, and I'm like, I'm going to formulate my own opinions, and I didn't check anything out. Yeah. I went and I watched it, and I'm like, that was a fucking good show. Dude, it was good.
I loved it.
Moon Knight was amazing.
I didn't get like any overly preachy shit with it. I didn't get anything like gnarly. It was cool. They got ancient Egyptian fucking hippo gods walking around and shit. And
dude, there was a guy standing in that too.
There were dudes like murdering hundreds of people when he blacks out. I'm like, this is a good shot. I could do this. I could do this.
It is there is a message. There is a message in there, and the message ultimately is schizophrenia.
Yes.
And that's the underlying message in the show, is that he's 100% schizophrenic and doesn't even know how many personalities live inside of that body.
Dude, I won't spoil it for anybody that didn't see it, but the ending blew my mind. I was like, oh, and I just like craved more.
I saw that one coming at 2 episodes earlier. I saw that.
Oh, I had no idea. Because I went into it, I knew nothing about the character, so I was like,
yeah, I didn't know shit about Moon Knight.
Yeah,
no, I didn't know shit either, and that's why I loved it. But that's what I'm saying, is it's hard. Last episode.
Let's hit the super chat. Darth Arlena for 10. My God, girl, you funded this entire stream. I heard a rumor that upset me. Last episode of Boomer Council because funding. This makes me sad. I love watching it all on Wednesdays. Younglings, dispose, please.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Darth Arlena. I love you. Big hail in the chat to Echo Base Network. What's up?
What's up, guys?
Look, this is it's been fun. I mean, this is something different that we've been doing a long time, and we'll it's everybody's doing different stuff these days. So
I think it'd be a good idea for them to do something kind of like along the lines of Moon Knight for Star Wars. So Moon Knight, I would say, is not something that you would see on like the front of the Avengers comics, right? You're not going to see, well, maybe they are, I don't know. But, this is not a character that's like near and dear to everybody. You know what I mean? It's enough for hardcore fans to get excited about, but it's also not something that's so well kind of thought out that if a studio picks it up and they fuck it up, it's going to piss the fans off. So that's kind of where I'm at with Star Wars. Oh my God. Andor. So I think that's why I kind of think Andor is going to slap. I think Andor is going to be good because it looks like they really put a lot of thought and love into that show in terms of what I'm seeing just from the trailer. It looks really good, but fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't make me fool again. The trailer looks really good, but the Book of Boba Fett trailer, dude, the Book of Boba Fett trailer looked like,
I think Andor is going to be stepping outside of the box just enough to kind of get that feel, to be not too deep, like you said, where it's going to just piss everybody off if things don't go well and everything. But right. I agree. I think a Star Wars project in the style of Moon Knight that is you're aware that it's in the universe, but it's not this huge impactful thing. It's just its own standalone story. I would love that for Star Wars, and we've talked about that before, about go way in the past or go way in the future and just tell a story.
Leave it alone. Leave the shit alone. It's been there for 50 fucking years. Just fucking leave it alone. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
StreamYard's gonna mute you again.
Well, look, okay, let's be honest. It doesn't matter what it is. The haters are going to hate and the shills are going to like it. And it doesn't really matter what timeline it's in. Something will be wrong enough to piss people off. And some people will be like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Right. So it doesn't
Who's
matter.
coming after Andor, though?
Well, here's the thing about Andor.
Who's got that knowledge? They're like, bro, you didn't tell that story right, bro.
Here's the thing about Andor.
I quit Star Wars. I'm moving to Canada.
No, dude, there's a lot of room for them to mess up. This is rebellion. This is flashing through the time of the rebellion. There's a lot of time. There's a lot of characters for them to upset you about. Saul Guerrera could not be crazy or warmongering enough for you guys. I mean, there's a lot of room for you guys to get upset. And trust me, those guys that get upset are going to get upset, right? They're going to find stuff to get upset about. So
it's unavoidable because it's Star Wars. That's Star Wars. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy into it. It's if we enjoy it, we enjoy it. I think Andor, like you guys said, I think Andor is the sleeping giant. I think it's gonna be awesome. But like you said, there's gonna be somebody picking on something like
6 fucking months ago. What are you talking about?
I almost guarantee it. And I'll put it on record right here. I think there's going to be a scene with Mon Mothma that's going to be the big thing that everybody hates. I don't know. I'm not saying this because of any rumor or leak or anything I've heard, but I will bet money that it's something to do with Mon Mothma.
Be careful with that. I've done that shit. That's not a good idea. I'm just saying.
Because you lose all that money?
I'm still waiting on my 100 bows there, Obsession. I don't know where the fuck my money is, but
it's coming with your hat. Don't worry, bro. It's coming with your hat. Your hat's on the way. There's a nice crisp $100 bill in there.
Oh, Coach and Nick are gonna find something for sure. They've
look.
100% Black Bills. Yeah, terrible YouTubers.
It doesn't matter. Look, they did that. They did it. They did this already, just not in live action. They gave you stories completely outside of the realm of Star Wars universe. These creative stories in anime, and 90% of them to you guys sucked.
It's fucking anime. That's a totally invalid argument. Totally invalid. Totally invalid. No. All right, we're gonna hit these super chats. Brandon Deeks for 10.
Slaps ready.
Just because I like you guys and disposing.
Disposing.
I can't talk. Boy, my chat really loves killing kids.
They're very dark.
Mexican Iron Man. I'm going to die. And when I do, the tombstone will read Mexican Iron Man died. Waiting for Disney Star Wars to not suck anymore. Rest in taco peace.
Oh, God.
I love you guys. Just for you. Let's get rid of some young ones.
Thank you.
Freaking pot lickers. Oh God, we got rid of them.
Yeah, so it's not going to matter. They did that. And again, they were like, oh, it's anime. That's my excuse for not liking it. It's anime. It sucks. Right. Even though some of those stories were pretty awesome.
Hey, look, we stayed up until 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning watching that shit. And the first 2 episodes were like I was not happy. But then
you didn't put Tatooine Rhapsody on your iPod?
No,
that one really made me mad.
iPod?
That one,
$5 says fucking at least half the chat doesn't know what a fucking iPod is.
I still have my classic. It's 120 gig. I got at least like 4 roommates' libraries in there. What's going on?
120 gigs?
Yeah.
Send it to me. I'll use it as a freaking solid state storage, man.
It just feels like it doesn't matter what they do. There's always going to be this divide. So enjoy your side, enjoy whatever you enjoy about it, and just keep moving forward.
Don't you preach on me. You know what I saw the other day on fucking Twitter? I saw you getting into it with somebody on Twitter. I watch Obsession on Twitter just because I have so much fun watching Obsession on Twitter.
Toxic positivity one?
Yeah, stop being toxic positive. He's like, what do you mean? You want me to stop using the words or stop being that way? I'm like,
those were actual questions. That's the voice you hear of me in your head. Those were actual questions. That's just like when you say stuff, you're like, I don't like. I could go read one of your tweets in the voice in my head.
Do it. Read one of my tweets in the voice. Read one of my tweets.
We should do tweets in other people's voices.
Did you see my Jurassic Park tweet?
Jurassic
fart.
You're
What?
having a hard time talking today.
It's like almost 1,000 likes and 80 retweets and shit.
Hey, I got 2,500 votes. Stupid ass.
I just can't help myself. No, it was about Bryce Dallas Howard. Speaking of Star Wars,
Oh, I love her.
and there was this funny tweet that was like, they had to Photoshop Bryce Dallas Howard's butt out of the Jurassic World poster.
Yeah.
And clearly a joke. There's like fucking 6 years in between the two pictures. And it just blows up, and people are like, "You're being misogynistic." No, the only reason that happened is because Hollywood doesn't want thick women. I'm reading through the comments, laughing my ass off. Just like,
That's hysterical.
humans can't think. Humans are incapable of thinking anymore.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go.
Oh well, and honestly, that
I have
was
to tear the
more-
ears off of Gundark, dude.
Go for it.
Go potty. Go ahead.
Dude, pull this tweet up and just you have to roll through this comment section. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
With anything that comes out ever, the one thing I would ask of anybody is, if you're going to talk about it and give an opinion on it, at least watch it first. Don't base your opinion off of someone else's opinion, off of another opinion of whatever. Give it a chance. If you actually want to talk about it, at least watch it. And if you don't like it,
you're asking a ton. You're asking too much.
But it doesn't. It sounds simple, but I know it's not. But it's like, because I've watched a lot of reviews of things, and so many of them, I'm like, they haven't actually said anything in it, and I'm like, I don't think you actually watched the thing.
Look, here's the thing. I mean, this is. I've said this for a long time. I mean, this is just something that pains me as somebody who is a big believer in your voice and your freedom to use your voice. And in my opinion, if you're going to ingest anything, if you're going to have an opinion about anything, see it with your own eyes, right? Don't listen to what, whether it's the media, whether it's the Hollywood, whatever. It just seems like people don't want to think for themselves, right?
Yeah.
And
Risman corrected me. I'm sorry, I forgot about this. He advised it is 2022 and watching is optional to have an opinion.
Apparently, I mean,
I forgot. I'm sorry, Risman. You are absolutely correct, sir.
I just feel like it's so. I don't want to insult anybody, but I will say it just seems a little reckless.
It's a good word.
What?
To make an opinion about something you have not witnessed for yourself.
Oh, get that shit out of here.
So,
Get that shit out of here. Did you pull up the fucking tweet responses or not?
no, because I can't, because you have control of the stream. I can't pull up a share screen if I wanted to.
It's not in the fucking background, so what's going on here?
No, I know, but
What
that's
the
why I
heck
didn't
is
do it, because I was like, oh, I went to share, and I was like, well, he's not even here.
Oh, man.
Look at Xwing's tweets. Let's see if it's in his tweets and replies.
I think I just might have gone full retard.
Oh,
you never go. Oh.
yeah. We were advised that in, was that Tropic Thunder?
That was Tropic Thunder, yeah.
Could you
Funniest
imagine-
conversation was Robert Downey Jr. trying to talk about making that movie in today's political
What,
climate.
you mean I'm playing a dude, playing another dude, playing another dude? That one?
The movie would not.
Dude,
Make it off
Robert's
the
in blackface. Like, start there and then keep going.
It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life, and it will never happen again. Is that okay? I'm freaking with you and Grogu.
That was such a good video, man.
It really
was
is.
such a
You
good
look
video.
just like him. It's freaking uncanny, dude.
Oh, man. All right, which one was it? Let's see.
It's welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh, there we go. This one.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah,
Mhm.
that thing friggin' blew up, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
The comments are just absolutely hilarious.
Wait, I don't understand what happened.
Well, no, so
This
look
is-
at my
this is
response.
the
This is
post.
the
Hold
only
on.
person I respond to. Go back to the main page and look
This-
at what that guy said.
This is the post.
Okay.
First
Okay.
of all.
Poster. Yeah.
Okay, Bryce Dallas Howard's butt is so. It's like the song "Baby Got Back."
Yeah.
Oh my God, Bryce Dallas Howard's butt is so big. They had to Photoshop it down in the Jurassic Park World poster.
Or a playground joke. Bryce Dallas Howard's butt is so big. It's like a yo mama joke. It's a fucking joke, dude.
Right? Okay, so that's the tweet, or that's
Bruh.
that. Okay,
Bruh, the comments.
That's
Oh my
freaking
god.
You
This
can already
is what
see it's a
picture
joke because the
from it.
picture on the left is compressed.
well, I mean,
It's
She
you can
did
see it.
look like that though. She did look like that.
She was very thin in that one.
Yeah,
very
she was
small.
thin.
yeah, this was a very many
Long
moons
time ago. Yep.
Isn't Bryce a male name? Was the first one that came up. Yeah, I mean, you can just scroll through these.
Well, also keep in mind, there's people I'm sure commenting in here that don't even know who she is and who her father is.
Well, I mean, yeah. There's that one.
Gotta love Twitter.
Right. I mean, it's just Twitter, dude. It's
Oh yeah,
Twitter.
Twitter's it just explodes with stupidity.
And I mean, look, this is what cracks me up half of the time is that
Yeah, Project Cambrian.
is that Twitter is just, it is what it is. And it's this place where hate spews freely and runs through the oceans, and
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do about it. So take it seriously and you're gonna get offended. That's just
Yeah.
that's just the way
I somehow tackled getting to know how to use Twitter, and my Twitter just is the things I like. I don't see any of this controversial crap. Nothing pops up. I see video game stuff nonstop.
Oh my god, I am like in the thick of it. I'm
Oh, I
like,
can
I'm like
I-
every morning I wake up and I'm like, Nigel, put on coffee. We're going to the deep parts of the jungle today.
You know what it is? Twitter is like, that like back in the day when YouTube was like first getting really big and you just fall down that rabbit hole of something.
Oh, that's me on Twitter every day.
Twitter is the rabbit hole. It's just the infinite crap.
It's filled with human fecal matter the whole time, but that's what's so fun about it. Like, and that's the thing. I guess you have to be a certain kind of person to be able to navigate those waters. Like, I'm oh captain, my captain. You'll never see me like freak out on somebody on Twitter. But if I see something stupid, I'm going to sit there and like think of just the most smart ass shit I could possibly say to that human being. And if I can't think of anything that's funny enough, I just move on. You know what I mean?
That's what you missed on that tweet. That wasn't me like agreeing, or I was literally like, wait, I need to know which version of this you're replying to. Is this so toxic or so positive you're toxic, or is this just like because it's an oxymoron? Like, you got to give more depth to this.
Oh, I was just having fun.
Did
And
you just call me a moron?
And she was, who are you calling oxymoron? Right. And she came back with like real serious inflection on her tweet, and I was like, oh man. And I typed a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, no, it's just too easy. She's primed to, like, she's in pounce mode. It's just not fair. So I didn't want to spin her up. But yeah, I mean, look, Twitter is literally that. The only thing I really comment on Twitter, there's a lot I would like to say. It just goes on deaf ears. You're just fighting.
I love it when people get so worked up on Twitter that they put something out and they expect you to take it seriously. I'm like, you got another thing coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Twitter's tough, man, because it's addictive and it's bait. It's bait. It's the fucking blue crate in Fortnite. It's bait.
Oh yeah. And what
dude,
happens when you
the
go after
supply
that
drop.
crate?
It's
Everybody
that
fucking snipes your ass.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, they're waiting for you to go for that bait so they can get your ass, right? And that's Twitter. That's it. If I can put it in a visualization, that's Twitter. And so for me, like, I just read because people show their ass on Twitter. right? Like people show the worst sides of themselves on Twitter.
Is
And
that
for
what I'm
me-
doing wrong? I haven't shown my ass yet.
Yeah, you
You
got to
gotta
put
put
your
your
ass
ass
out.
Twitter,
All right, yeah.
I
Everybody
did that
get
when
ready.
I was in Portland. I
Oh
don't know
boy,
what you
there's gonna
guys would
be
do.
there's gonna be a Matcave ass on Twitter.
Yeah, it's everybody shows like their-
Nigel, put on the coffee. I'm going into the jungle.
exactly.
It's such a crazy ride.
It's funny, dude. The world's a funny place.
Wow. Star
Oh,
Wars
The fact that
Unbound.
Nigel Thornberry is getting so much love in my chat right now knows that I found my community. I found my community on YouTube. I love it.
But we're talking about the wild thornberries?
Yes,
I
Nigel.
remember that.
Oh, Nigel. Oh, yes. All right. We should probably talk a little bit more. Got to call it soon. But Taika Waititi apparently forgot that Natalie Portman was in Star Wars and he's supposed to be writing Star Wars. I don't know why Disney hired people who don't care about Star Wars. Look, first off, Taika was fucking with you. He was 100% fucking with you.
That was
You-
bait.
You literally have to live under a fucking rock to not know that she was in the prequels, first off, especially Revenge of the Sith. Some people have said the third movie. There's no fucking way that Taika Waititi didn't know that Natalie Portman was in Star Wars. Bottom line, hard stop. I don't give a fuck what you think. And if he's that, like, removed from Star Wars, he's that far away from the story, he might make something great. If he really is that fucking insane and that far away from Star Wars, he might make us a story that we could have never dreamed up in our minds. So this is one of those ones where, like, I'm not going to say I have faith, but I'm putting no emotional investment in that movie at all. I'm putting no emotional investment. I don't give a fuck what he does. When it comes out, I'm going to go sit in the theater. I'm going to watch it and be like, huh, or like, ugh. One of the two.
You're definitely gonna do the second one.
Possibly. I don't know. I love Taika's movies.
Put up that screen. This is to that point.
Okay.
Taika this is his quote from moving on from the Skywalker saga with his Star Wars film. I do not want to mess with something that is so treasured. There are thousands of books about Star Wars with all those characters. I just don't have time to get through them, right? So he knows about all of the EU legend stuff. He knows he can't read it all and still make these movies. And
There's your assertment right there that he knows that Natalie Portman was in the movies.
right. That's my point. Is he knows these characters. He knows what Star Wars is, and he understands that, you know, the media over the last 10 years and the fandom more so has really,
Bruh.
you know, I mean, maybe that was his line, dude. Quit hating. You tried too.
You've been in Star Wars? I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Star Wars movie. Do you want to be in one? And he, you know, she's like, anyway. My point being is that he knows stuff. He knows what he's talking about, and he's sandbagging y'all. He knows how the Twitterverse works. He's sandbagging y'all.
Dude, GraphWeb, honestly, I'm in disagreement with you on this one. I want to see this. I want to see this come to fruition. I really do.
Yeah.
I legitimately believe, like I said before Kenobi even came out, I said Kenobi's going to piss people off, and I think Andor's going to slap. I think I'm putting my prediction in now. Everybody clock at 7:03 7622. I think Taika's movie is going to slap with Star Wars fans, dude.
He makes fun movies.
I think, and if nothing else, it's at least an escape from fucking everything else we've been getting.
That's a good point right there.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
But there's a lot of channels that have run with this story and collected a lot of clicks with this story.
Well, yeah, it makes sense, right? I mean, dude, it's fucking Taika Waititi. Like, the dude has no business in Star Wars. Bottom line, hard stop, no business, no business. But I will say this, and I'll say it again. When I watched Jojo Rabbit, when I watched that movie, I was like, this guy's good.
Yeah,
he's
it's a
good.
damn good movie. He
He's
was
good.
IG-11. He saved
Oh yeah, he
Grogu.
was IG-11. That's right. Yeah, I think. Look, I think the guy has the ability to adapt to the environment that he's supposed to operate in. He's a little bit like me in a way. I'm not trying to prop myself up. I'm just saying, when you hang out with a certain group of people, you have to act a certain way. When you hang out with a different group of people, you have to act a certain way. I think he has the ability to kind of chameleon into environments. But the bottom line is, he does not give a fuck if you like him or not. My question is going to be, how much does that not giving a fuck about how you like him affect Star Wars?
Well, until he makes a Star Wars movie, show, something, can't really say that. Right? Acting in a couple things that are Star Wars and doing this stuff doesn't really give you the, a full might. And I say that literally, the full might of the fandom hate, right? Like, I'm sorry, the creator of this stuff, the man that should be most proud. I mean, the reason you guys got the sequels that you got and the reason that the franchise got sold is largely your fault. The hate of the prequels led to this kind of decision. So, if he had a Thorin,
we're so far removed from that at that point. You can say that for the sequels.
No.
Anything after that, no.
If the prequels, if the last episode 3 and all of that had the fandom was perfect through the whole thing, do you think George's passion for Star Wars would have still died?
I don't think his passion for Star Wars died at all. Did you hear the pain in his eyes when he said, "I sold it to the white slavers"? Like, bro, his passion for Star Wars didn't die, dude.
He didn't do it anymore. The fandom has a large responsibility for that.
This is true.
Something I think a lot of people are forgetting, that Taika directed the finale of Mandalorian season 1. That's a freaking great episode. I just rewatched
that was a good episode. Yeah.
And that's why he's getting an opportunity.
Yeah, that like you said before, like that was like a testing ground, right? Get the opportunities. Yeah. Yep.
So this is what I don't get though, like a testing ground, an opportunity. Like, bruh. Taika's put out movies that make money.
But we know that Star Wars
doesn't mean that they're great, but I'm just saying he's put out movies for sure.
Ragnarok, I mean, there was your lead example. That's a great movie that people
made money. That one made money.
And so it's so good that they continued the story in this next Thor.
Yeah, they brought Korg and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, the broken hammer, all that stuff that's coming in is all stuff from Ragnarok.
I think if he is he's allowed to, or if this movie ever comes out, he needs to do very much like what he did with Ragnarok, where it goes way back, right? We go to like the essential, because then that creates problems too. See, I have to be my own devil's advocate. And this is the problem with being a YouTuber, is like, I can't just spit shit out of my mouth and not think about it. I'd be so good if I could, but I just can't. Like, I'll say something and I'm like, and here's the problem with, but they also have to deal with I check myself before I wreck myself, okay?
It's obviously a tough business to be in, right? Your storytelling in itself is tough, but storytelling for Star Wars adds a degree that people are not aware of. And it's largely because the fans are the fans.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of like Taika did an amazing job with Jojo Rabbit, which I think was probably 100% his idea. I don't know if he wrote that. I actually don't know like who did that, but you take something as horrible as the Holocaust and Nazi occupation of Germany, you make a funny story out of it. Like, what? He makes a funny story out of it. And then in the middle of the film, he also rips your heart out at the same time. I mean, the breadth and depth of that guy's ability to actually tell a story and then also make it goofy and weird as fuck, but rip your heart out, but also make it funny and tell a meaningful story about, you know, a little Jew girl and a little German boy coming to learn to accept each other and stuff like that. I mean, I've been saying since day one, we just need good storytelling in Star Wars. That's all I want. Good storytelling.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Obsession. I'm not talking about in anime. I'm talking about either on Disney Plus or the big screen. You know, I think the dude could do it. I think he could pull it off. You know, it's like looking at your friend and he's like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to drive the truck off the cliff, pull our chutes. 4 seconds after we drive off the cliff, we're going to land in the water and the river's going to carry us to San Francisco. I'm like, it's just so crazy. It might work. Like,
just because we did that in Fortnite the other night doesn't mean it's going to work.
Right.
In Star Wars.
I'm just saying, like, that's Taika right now. I mean, it's
No, I know.
It's
I
a
think
whim.
it's going to be good.
It's a whim and a prayer, but I think the dude might pull it off.
I can't even.
Hey, Roland.
Huh? You gonna be okay? Roland new for $4.99. Thank you guys for all you do. You and Chat are awesome. Been going through it recently, and y'all help a ton. Much love, guys. Get a beer on me. Thank you so much, my friend. I don't know if you knew this, but inconsequentially, you actually just killed a child. Disgusting.
Thank you.
Careful what you do with your money, kids.
Oh, man.
And then Gina gets canceled.
Well, okay. I didn't want to really touch on this a lot.
Yeah, no, we probably shouldn't. I don't want to touch that at all.
But
Consider it a poisonous scorpion.
there's more to stories than just stories. Just saying. That's all I want to say.
There's more to stories than just stories.
Yep. There's more to stories than just stories.
Sometimes stories are more than stories. They're stories with stories.
Sometimes there's a luck dragon.
And let it be known here to everyone in the stream, in this community, anywhere, that the Hangar Bay 100% supports Gina Carano, everything that she's done. We love Gina. We love Cara Cynthia Dune. Maybe it doesn't represent everybody on the panel. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
I love her. I love her
I
even
do
more
love
having
Gina
just
Carano.
rewatched her.
I love Gina. So we've been going for an hour and almost 15 minutes. This was supposed to be the last ride, but we got 50 people in here. I want to ask you guys, go ahead and let me know. If you want to see something like this again, if you want to see this stream again, throw a 1 in the chat. Throw a 1 in the chat if you want to see these 3 guys talk again. You know, it's not going to be every Wednesday. I can't commit to a frickin' every single time again stream, but throw a 1 in the chat if you want to see these boys talk about this stuff again. Oh, boy. Well.
I think they like us.
There's only 46 people in here. Got to do a poll.
Evan Martin said 69, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do this again. I'm sorry, everyone.
Not in this position, not for
He
that.
put the kill code. He put the kill code 69 in. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. But no,
I thought
honestly,
the kill code was 66.
That's what I thought. Okay.
it looks like the people want it back.
Oh, Scott Westbrook.
Oh, that's so dope.
Yes. So, all right. I guess we have to get into the thick of it real quick. So, there was some stuff that happened. It looked like Boomer Council was going to be essentially disbanded. We took a break. We took some time. Found some things that we like in our life. I started golfing like crazy. You know what? And there was a night I was sitting there, and all I could think about was Matcave's beard oil and Obsession screaming at the wall. All I heard was screaming, and all I could smell was beard oil. And I was like, man, I miss these guys. We got to do it again.
Slippery.
But no, honestly, legit. I didn't know. There was a lot of stuff that was going on with Boomer Council that was causing some tension outside of the fun that we have here on the stream. But look, if the people want it back, we're gonna give them what we want. Give them what we want. So, boys, what do you think?
I think we can reach the next evolution.
The next evolution. Scott Westbrook, $5 for one. I think that just funded the next Boomer Council. So you guys are going to get one more week. Thank you, Scott Westbrook, for that. I think we're going to have to send one more out the window. What do you think?
And if
Out
the
the window.
next show is crappy, everybody blames Scott.
Scott, you fucked up, Scott.
Thank you.
Oh, apparently Darth Maximus is watching us in the shower.
You know what's funny is the guy that always fucking triggers the shit out of you guys, Graph Web, is like, why did it go away? I miss you guys. I want you back. Graph Web is like our biggest, he's like our biggest proponent. Okay, well, if you guys want it back, we will bring it back. Again, like I said, it's not going to be guaranteed every Wednesday, but I have something else for the rest of my community before we go. Oh,
I can't reach it.
I'm frightened.
That's what she said.
something else that will be coming back is trivia. And I have a 6-inch card back George Lucas Stormtrooper. Is it going to focus? This is the 6-inch George Lucas Stormtrooper that finally made it to the house today. This was pre-ordered a year ago.
Holy moly. In
September, I bought 3. I bought 3 so I could pull 1 off the card back. I could keep 1 on the card back on my wall, and then the other one is going to be a giveaway. And oh, dude, oh my God, Matt, I know I still owe you. You had to pick between the Maul and the Trooper, and you still want the Death Trooper. I haven't sent you the Death Trooper yet, but I promise you it is literally in a little USPS bag right next to me. You still have a Vintage Collection Death Trooper that's owed. So trivia will be making a comeback. As to when, I'm not 100% sure, but it should be within the next 2 weeks. 3, we'll call it, so we don't piss anybody off.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we get to see these boys back on. You know, like I said, not every Wednesday, but we're going to be talking about some shit. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
My 2 guys, the Matcave and the Star Wars Obsession, the links are in the description below. If you haven't already, please go subscribe to the homies. Oh, you're getting close, Obsession. You're like 720?
Somewhere there. Yeah.
720? Matcave, where are you at right now?
361.
What the fuck?
What?
You,
what?
Bruh. That is a crime against humanity. All right, there's 43 people. Go subscribe to these dudes right now to pump the numbers up because this is ridiculous. I am Xwing, and as always, for my co-host, the Matcave and Star Wars Obsession, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the content that we put forward to you. We love you. We love you so much. And look forward to the next Boomer Council because I guess, bitches, we're back.
Sweet.
I almost just left the studio instead of actually ending the stream.
It's so weird.
Fucking Boomer Council. Love you, bye.